Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I want to explain Halls of Valor Mythic in 5 minutes or less. Now, I did these with all of the Warlords of Draenor dungeons whenever they came out, and I think that the series went over pretty well, so we're going to be doing it again in Legion. Now, one thing I do want to say is that we are going to be focusing mostly on the boss fights and not the trash mobs. The odds are, if you guys are having trouble with trash mobs, you probably are one. So, the first boss that we're going to be looking at here is Heimdall. He does 3 main abilities. First ability is called Dancing Blade. It's where he throws the Dancing Blade at a random player. It creates a Ravager after it hits them, and the ability usually prefers range. You want to have your range spread out and away from the melee, and also make sure they don't stand in it after he casts it. Also, he casts Horn of Valor, where he summons Storm Drakes to pretty much go down and breathe this lightning shit on the ground. Make sure that you don't stand in there. There are 3 different places where you can breathe. Also, in Mythic, it creates those tornadoes. Guess what you're not supposed to fucking stand in? You're not supposed to fucking stand in the tornadoes. Also, he casts Bloodletting Sweep. Make sure that you have the boss faced away from the other players in a raid. If you don't do that, then what's going to happen is it's going to hit other players because it's a cone attack. The second and third Horn of Valor summons more Storm Drakes, so you need to be paying attention to that as well. You can cool down through this, but you shouldn't need to because it's very easy to avoid. Second boss, Fenrir, casts Unnerving Howl. Just make sure that you're not casting wherever he casts that, and it interrupts your casting for 3 seconds if it does. Also, he also does Ravenous Sleep. Ravenous Sleep jumps to 2 random players, and whenever he actually, in the second phase, he does it to all players. And make sure that you spread out. It casts a bleed on you, and if 2 people are stacked up, you get 2 stacks of the bleed, and that lasts for the entire fight. And that really burns down healer mana. After he gets to about 70%, he retreats back to his den, and you have to follow him back there. You don't need to catch him or anything like that. He doesn't heal up, so just take your time and kill the wolves on the way over there. Whenever he casts Unnerving Howl, and whenever after he's been wounded, he also summons ads. Make sure that you kill the ads. If you need to, spread the ads out because they empower each other whenever they're not spread out. Also, as you can see right there, he did the Claw Frenzy on everybody else. And not Claw Frenzy, Ravenous Sleep on everybody else. So again, you need to make sure that you're watching out for that. Also, he casts Scent of Blood on a random player. That random player needs to use a cooldown or run away from the Fenrir. You gain a speed boost whenever you get that, so you can outrun him. But you need to kite him away. Usually you can take 1 hit before you die, but you shouldn't really ever need to. Hirja is the third boss. You can pull her to one of the 2 sides. I would recommend pulling her to the Thunder side first, and she will cast Arcing Bolt, which just deals damage to everybody in the group. Not a big deal. And also cast Eye of the Storm. Guess how many times has there been a mechanic like this where you just stand inside the lightning storm? It's really easy. You just stand inside the little shield, and that's it. After she casts one of them, she casts Shield of Light, which knocks you back, and you need to use the Shield of Light to knock you towards the other side. You need to rotate between the light side and then also the thunder side, and whenever you're over on the holy side, not the thunder side. And basically all you have to do here is she casts Sanctify, and this is the same ability that the mobs right before you fought her did. And so make sure that you're spread out. If you do get hit by these, it doesn't only damage you, it also damages the other members of your raid. So I would recommend for melee to just stay out. Main thing here is make sure that you don't face her towards the raid with Shield of Light, and that's really all you need to deal with. God King Skullvault is the 4th boss. You need to make sure that you pick up the Agris of Aggramar if you are a tank. Also make sure that you're not stacked up, because then you'll get hit by Fellblaze Rush. It does a lot of damage, and you don't want to get hit by that. Also, whenever you cast Ragnarok, you can go ahead and use the Aegis of Aggramar, and then make sure that the entire group gets behind the Aegis so they don't obviously get killed. That's very, very easy. After you use it the first time, usually it overloads, and then, Skullvault will pick it up and cast Ragnarok himself, or Aegis of Aggramar, and then kind of cast Ragnarok in the same way. And then he will summon ads. Make sure that you kill the ads. The ads do die on their own, though, but they do with puddles of fire, the infernal flames, and so make sure that you don't stand in those. Also, he casts Savage Blade. Make sure that you have shield block up for Savage Blade or some other form of active mitigation, or it will put a bleed on you for pretty much a large duration of the fight. Other than that, it's basically rinse and repeat. The main thing you have to watch out for here is making sure that you don't stack up for Fellblaze Rush, and that does a lot of damage. The last boss is called Odin, and Odin is actually very easy to do. He casts Spears of Light, and obviously you can see one of those right behind him. Make sure you're not standing in it, and also the fragments come out, and if you get hit by the fragments, it does about 1,000,000 damage. And it also stuns you, so you look like an idiot while you fucked up. Now, besides that, he casts the Stormforge Obliterators. Now, these are very easy to deal with. You need to make sure that you interrupt them whenever they cast Surge. Now, Surge does cast more quickly whenever it is cast, but you should never let it get cast in the first place. Also, he casts Radiant Tempest. Whenever he casts Radiant Tempest, you need to run as far away from as possible. Save your speed boost for this. If you don't, you will probably die. And if you die, obviously, then that's going to really suck. So you don't want to do that. Also, you want to move away from the spears whenever he casts Shatter Spears. Just make sure that you don't get hit by the glowing fragments. Now, he'll also cast Runic Brand on a player, as you guys just saw, and he'll give you a little like kind of a letter or rune basically, and also a purple color. Run to your letter and the color, and it will give you an empowerment. And usually with the empowerment, you can kill him right there. It's very, very easy to do. Everything else is pretty much rinse and repeat. The empowerment pretty much makes this fight very, very easy to do until you get up into very high Mythic Plus levels. And so anyway, guys, that's pretty much all you guys need to know about Halls of Valor Mythic. Heroic is a little bit different, but Mythic is, I think, where the real difficulty begins. So anyway, guys, I hope that you like this, and I do plan on doing these for all of the other dungeons. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead and let me know. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this helped, and like, comment, and subscribe.